Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got some books that I am currently obsessed with. Alright, so I think I did a video similar to this probably either earlier this year or late last year. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but we're doing it again because I've got a whole new crop of books that I'm really obsessed with at the moment. So let's go ahead and just dive in. Alright, so the first one shouldn't be a shock to anybody because I've talked about it in a bunch of videos recently, and that is Relay. I think I've talked about this in just about every video since I read it in June, and honestly I can't help myself at this point because it was really good. I love a swimming romance. I do love a good sports romance in general, but this one was really good, and it was swimming and like an Olympic level swimming too, so like there's that thrown in, and there's a little bit of drama thrown in, just a little bit ridiculous, but you know, not enough to really detract from this book as a whole. I really loved it, and I cannot recommend it enough. The next book that I have that I'm really obsessed with is On the Ice, and actually the whole series in general I'm kind of obsessed with. This one had some of the best demisexual representation that I've read, and it was so good and so sweet, and like I loved these two characters, Mitch and Alex, getting to know each other as friends before a romantic relationship developed. It was so good, and like the hockey aspect in this was also really good. It's also got some really good like interesting family dynamics, and like, there's also a little bit of a queer platonic relationship in there. I don't think it's quite that, but like that's like the closest word that I have to describe Cody and Mitch. It's so good, and honestly it's one of the best hockey romances. So next up I have the Therapy Game manga series. I loved this so much. Minato and Shizuma are just so good together. They butt heads, but then like they're all sweet and lovey-dovey to each other, and I like that they're kind of opposites. Shizuma is very like buttoned up, very professional, and Minato is very kind of loud and a little bit obnoxious, but also he has a very good work life, and like to see them mesh together is just so good. Okay, there we go. Like, they're just so sweet together, and I love that they're a little bit of oblivious about their mutual pining, and please read this one. It's really good, and just fair warning, it is those 18 and over. Alright, next up is the Murderbot Diaries. I love Murderbot so much. Who doesn't love like an antisocial, just leave me alone and let me watch my shows in peace kind of a character? That's how we all just want to be treated, right? We just want to be left alone to watch our favorite shows in peace. And then, you know, maybe get dragged into a found family situation against our will, and like Murderbot is basically a cat that these people adopt, you know, bring it into their family and like kind of adopt it and let it be itself. And it's just fantastic. Could not recommend this enough. I've read all 6 books. Sorry, I lose track after book 5. So there are 6 books in the series, and they're all kind of interconnected. You can read them at any time. You can definitely read them as like individual standalone books if you wanted to, but they're also really great to read in order of, you know, how they got to where they are. So the next one I'm really currently obsessed with is the Game Changer series. This is a fantastic hockey romance series. They're all interconnected. You can definitely read them as standalones, but each of them follows a couple as they start either dating or like hanging out, and then slowly it grows into a romance. And like, I love this series, and each of them has a character that's coming to terms with their sexuality, or, you know, coming out to their team, or, you know, figuring out how to be out as a hockey player. It's really cool, and it's really interesting, and I love it to pieces. Why am I showing that one? I love it to pieces. It's such a good series. And then the last book series that I'd like to talk about is the Terret Sequence. I've probably talked about this book series more than any other. I have a whole video dedicated to why you should read this video. I have a whole video dedicated to why you should read this series. I will leave that linked up above, but the Terret Sequence is just so good. It is a queer normative society. It's magic. The magic system is actually based on tarot cards, and we have a fantastic found family of characters, and they just keep adding to their little found family. Like, they keep gathering people, and like there's accidental child acquisitions in this, and it's just lovely, and the 3rd book ripped my heart out and stomped on it. So there's that. This is one of the best book series I've ever read. Please read it. All right, so those are some of the books that I am currently obsessed with. Do you guys have any books or book series that you guys are currently obsessed with? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget the like button. If you haven't already but would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys.